just going to give you my thoughts on Manchester United today, because I'm sure we're going to get a lot of yours as well. If I'm being honest, that is shocking to lose 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. With all due respect to Bournemouth, it should have been 4. I actually even said give them the 4th. I thought it was a bad VAR decision. So I would have given them the 4th anyway. An absolute pounding, totally deserved by Bournemouth. I just think with Manchester United, it's the contrast, it's the inconsistency. You put in a performance like that against Chelsea, you get all the praise, all the plaudits, all the fans are saying that's fantastic, stick with that team. And the same team comes out a few days later and just doesn't deliver. This is why when people say Ten Hag out, I just don't get it. I don't get it at all, because I remember this happening a few years ago. We're 2-0 down at the Etihad under Mourinho. We come out second half, we win 3-2. And then the following week at Old Trafford, we lose to West Brom, who were getting relegated. And if this was a one-off, I'd go, oh, maybe Ten Hag, we need to look at Ten Hag. But it's been happening for years. We're so inconsistent. And to me, that goes to the mentality of the players. Once you are sent out onto that pitch at Old Trafford, it's on the responsibility of the players. They never switched on. Absolutely shocking. And the fact that people want to sack a manager again, are we not learning? We sacked Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, we've sacked Jose, we've sacked Rangnick, we've sacked Ollie, we're going to sack Ten Hag. Who's going to come in? How much money are they going to want? I mean, at some point, you've just got to look at it and go, it's not a manager's problem to solve. There's no manager in world football that solves that problem at all. There's no manager in world football that can get those players to play consistently. Bournemouth play consistently. Villa play consistently. Manchester United just don't have the right mentality of players. They're not the right mentality of players. That club needs clearing out, in my opinion. Anyway, let's take some of your calls. We're powered by the fans on talkSPORT. Let's go to David, who's a Manchester United fan. What are your thoughts, David?
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Not good, but
Mate, listen, tell me about it. Coming back from Old Trafford today, just on the drive home. Don't know why I bothered, in fairness. Listen, you've got to support the team. I'm just so frustrated. Well said, by the way. Ten Hag in. It's copy and paste. We've seen it all over again. It's not the manager. Martial today, honestly, it's laughable, isn't it? Huh? He's still up front. He goes to Seville out on loan. He can't do it out there. I know injuries now. He's terrible. Merry Christmas, by the way. Football-wise, we're going to have a bad Christmas, but Martial will have a good one, earning all that money. I mean, honest to goodness, it was so bad today. Bruno's in midfield trying to make things happen. Martial, no movement. Didn't think there's much urgency. Why did he play? Was Højlund injured? You know, I don't understand why Martial was given a shout today. I don't particularly agree with having one of our best players in Luke Shaw playing out of position. I know he can do it at centre back. I want to see, I want to see him at full back, giving us some extra zip and pizzazz on the left hand side. You know, it was so wrong today. Pedestrian, Amrabat as well. And you actually said it well, Mark. The inconsistency is dreadful, isn't it? How can we do that against Chelsea with all that zip and fight and power, and then just do nothing today? I mean, hats off to Bournemouth. They were brilliant, right? 3-0. They're in good form. But we're at Old Trafford. We're at home. I mean, we've just come off the back of beating Chelsea. You know, I'm just at a bit of a loss for words. I don't sound at a bit of a loss now. I'm ranting, but it's. Yeah, it's, you know, I don't know, you know, it was bad, wasn't it? I mean, it was bad, you know, and then also as well, just very quickly, who have we got next? Bayern Munich and Liverpool. The media are going to have a field day with Ten Hag. Don't listen to him, everyone. Got to keep behind the manager. Got to stick by Ten Hag. We're in for a bumpy ride. I can't see us getting much against Munich, even with half the team they're going to field. And I can't see us, I mean, Liverpool at the weekend, I mean, that's frightening, isn't it? I might not even bother watching. I don't know about you.
100%, David.
Listen, thanks a lot.
Thanks, David. Have a safe trip back. I really appreciate that. United have now lost more home games since Sir Alex Ferguson retired than they did under his entire reign at the club. I mean, these stats are incredible, really. But look, I think it's a great point from David. I was going to say this. We do have to be very careful about the social media witch hunt. I think that there has been a lot of people in the press, a lot of people on social media that have been after Ten Hag irrationally for most of what feels this season. The fans in the ground are behind the manager. They're fed up with the players. So it's a very important snapshot of reality, is that you sometimes go on social media and you think that something's going on, And the harsh fact is, for those who want Ten Hag out, is that he's not really in a sackable position, and quite rightly so. The fans in the ground are behind the manager because they have been watching for years these players who are so inconsistent. How does someone like a Scott McTominay, who was man of the match on Wednesday and gets the praise after being criticised for so long, how does he get 2 goals on Wednesday night, get man of the match, get all the praise he deserves, probably on cloud 9, and then walks on the pitch 3 days later and puts in an invisible man performance? I'm not digging Scott McTominay out individually because a lot of players, you heard about Martial there, but I think it's a mentality problem. Some players are very, very good players, but they can't do it week in, week out. And I think that's the problem at Man United. We've got players who just cannot be consistent. I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Bayern Munich on Tuesday. It's just the sort of thing United would do. I mean, there's that saying for Spurs, it's very Spursy, but United this is who we are as well. I think United fans need to stop moaning about, oh, we're Man United. You don't sack a manager 3 points off the top 4. And we're a club that doesn't finish top 4 every year. So why are we sacking a manager? This is what we are. If we were a team that had won the treble last year and we just lost 3-0 at Bournemouth, maybe let's have a chat about sacking the manager. But we are what we are. We can't sell the players. This is the situation we're in.